Hi guys and welcome to today's grammar lesson, and this time we're going to look at paragraphs. Now it says warm up, it's a generally short lesson, but do follow me because it is something that is an issue often within our writing. So what is a paragraph? Just pause now and have a think about what you think paragraphing is. Okay, so let's have a look. A paragraph is a group of sentences within a piece of writing which is written about the same idea or topic. So for example, we've got George and the Giant Tortoise here. The first paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph, fourth paragraph, and fifth paragraph, they're clearly identifiable. If you don't paragraph, it tends to merge together and just be a single chunk of text. It makes it very difficult for the reader to be able to compartmentalize the different parts of the writing. So paragraphs are often separated by a missing line between them or indenting. Paragraphs are used to show when a writer has changed time, place, or an argument. When they do this, they will start a new paragraph. So, for example, this here, we've got the introduction, we've got the facts file. There's a section on the first paragraph is about where do they live, so where do hedgehogs live. So that entire paragraph, all those sentences are about that. The second paragraph is about favourite food, so it's about what they eat. The third paragraph is about how hedgehogs protect themselves. So it's a way of organising our work so that similar information is in the same place. So it's not bouncing around and jumping around all over the text. So this is especially true within a non-fiction text, and often you've got subheadings that will help you with that. So why do we use paragraphs? Well, I'll let you have a think about this one. Why do we use them within a piece of writing? Instead of mind mapping, just have a think. Right, so paragraphs. To show that the author has changed the time, place, or an argument. To explain or describe an idea in detail. To organise what is being explained in a text. To group ideas together, or to make the text easier to read. Really, it does make it a lot easier to read. So sorting ideas into topics. Can you read the sentences below and group them into sentences which talk about the same idea or topic? So have a look at these, please, and think about which ones of these should go together and which ones shouldn't. Okay, can you read the sentences below and group them into sentences which talk about the same idea and topic? So it's the same thing here, right? These two these two sentences are about castles as protection. These two sentences here are about people who lived in castles. And these two sentences here are about castles that you can visit. So there's a clear structure to these sentences. Castles are a type of home that were built to protect people inside. Everything about a castle was made the way to protect the people safe inside. Again, all about protection. Castles could be very crowded places to live because there were lots of people inside. People who lived in castles included royalty, noble people, and soldiers who lived in castles. Famous castles you can visit include Windsor Castle, Dover Castle, and Kenilworth Castle. You can still visit many castles today. Why not take a tour? It's all about where you can visit. They are linked to each other. So using paragraph, the following text does not have paragraphs to sort the ideas. Can you identify where the topic changes? Pause now and have a think. Right, so I'll read this to you. Frogs are amphibians, which mean that they can both live on land and in the water. They are cold-blooded, which means that their bodies are the same temperature as the air. When they get cold, they need to lie in the sun to warm up. And when they get too warm, they need to go into the water or find a shady place to cool down. Frogs are found all over the world. They are found in every climate and on every continent except Antarctica. They are often found near any source of fresh water, but they prefer water which does not move very quickly. Smaller frogs eat flies and insects, especially crickets. Larger frogs can eat mice. Frogs do not need to drink because they absorb water through their skin. So if you have a look there are two sort of pinkish purple slanted lines. And those markers are used there to indicate where a new paragraph should have been used. And I know some of you have seen me put that into your writing book, or Miss Cross put that into your writing book. So you can see here that the first bit there is a general introduction to frogs. Then we have our double slanted line, and it starts, frogs are found all over the world. That's a new paragraph telling you where they are found. Then the next paragraph, where it starts, smaller frogs eat flies, is all about what they eat and how they drink. So the information is organised together with similar content. And as you can see, that's how it should have been broken down. So subheadings in non-fiction text. Now, this is an example of a non-fiction text. Can you think of subheadings? So it's the same text we've just done, but what might you put as a short title that might explain what each one's about? So for example, frogs are amphibians, which mean that they can live on both land and in water. You might just call that an introduction to frogs. What would you call the other two? Think now and have a go. So the examples here are: what are frogs? Where are frogs found? And what do frogs eat? Okay, it's always useful to put a leading question, because that means that the paragraph is going to answer that question in a non-fiction text. So your task, you have got a fact file here on the River Nile. I know some of you have looked at this when we looked at rivers last half term during our topic. What I want you to try and do, first of all, is to put your double slanted line on the actual text itself to indicate where you think a new paragraph should start. So it should be similar ideas that are linked together. Once you've identified where your paragraph should be, rewrite it, but indenting your paragraphs, please. So how did you do? Within this piece of text, each different topic was a different river, so it's simple to sort them into paragraphs. So there was a section on the Nile, there was a section on the River Rhine, and there was a section on the River Danube. Okay, so it should have looked something like this, but indented. Right, guys, good luck with that. See you later. Bye.